Hope you find it, I guess.
Goddamn neck!
Look what you did! Hey, you my dude, right?
most of this myself, I have to admit. It's hard to stay motivated in this recession. I don't usually dress like this. They make us wear the clothes. I really need a snack. All I've eaten today is romaine lettuce. Rather you than me.
Alright, for this video for 7 Days to Die, I have decided that I'm going to read a post off of Reddit. Now, this post is from Entitled Parents. The title of the post is, "My parents attempted to break up my relationship several times, culminating in the Thanksgiving from hell." And the post starts as follows. Okay, this is a long one, but I hope it's worth the read. My wife is a long time lurker. That means she's been on there for a long time, but hasn't actually posted anything. And I have recently started reading these and listening to the stories. Oh, he's heard other posts that have been posted on YouTube, probably by r/ or another channel. Okay, so I was inspired to post this. My parents have long been a pain in my ass. Does he mean that for a long time his parents have been a pain in the ass? But for now, I'm going to mainly focus on my Thanksgiving from hell and the incidents leading to it. A few years ago, I met my future wife on an online dating app. Oh, he met his wife on an online dating application like Tinder or FarmersOnly.com or something similar. We hit it off fairly quickly, and the relationship progressed really fast. Basically, instead of them spending years to get to know each other. They were basically really close within about a month. I was in my late 20s, and she turned 30 soon after we met. Oh, there's like a 10-year age difference, but he doesn't give a shit, and she doesn't give a shit, so it doesn't matter. Okay, we both had a good idea of what we were looking for in a partner and had no interest in games. Okay, basically, both him and her had been through a whole bunch of drama in the past. They were tired of fucking around. They're tired of shallow, go-nowhere relationships. They just wanted to meet someone who is serious about being in a relationship and not fuck buddies or any variation in between. They just wanted to have a boyfriend and a girlfriend and not anything else. Okay, yeah. So they both had a good idea of what they were looking for in a partner and had no interest in games. Okay, I met her parents within a few months. Whoa, her parents must be in their 50s then. Oh, anyway, I met her parents within a few months, though I was much more reluctant to introduce her to mine for reasons that will become apparent. Yeah, clearly he didn't want to introduce a 30-year-old woman to his parents because they're going to think that she's a cradle robber or a cougar or all manner of things. They'd be like, I can't believe you're taking advantage of my son. He's barely old enough to date. You should know better. That's basically what they're going to be like. Okay, the problems began as soon as I told my folks I was dating someone. Basically, he's like, yeah, I'm going out with someone. Oh my God! Yeah, I was dating someone. This was about 6 months into the relationship. Wait, half a year? Okay, my relationship, as I was reluctant to inform my parents. Well, no shit, you just said that there would be problems. Of course, you're apprehensive. Okay, reluctant to inform my parents due to the fact that if they had tried to call the cops on my last... Wait, due to the fact that they had called the cops on my last term girlfriend, but it failed. Basically, the last time he had a girlfriend that he was serious about, he introduced her to the parents, and the parents called the police on her pretty much for no reason whatsoever. Okay, my last long-term girlfriend. Might share that story later. Myself, my brother, and my parents were having dinner at a local Mexican restaurant, making small talk. Basically, they were having some burritos, and his brother was like, yeah, the other day I did this shit and that other shit, and then I went outside and it was raining. Basically a bunch of unimportant jibber jabber. Yeah, and making small talk. They started asking me questions about my girlfriend. Wait, so he didn't bring up the fact that he had a girlfriend. They specifically asked him about the girlfriend as if they already knew. Wait, I might have missed it. Was the girlfriend there? No, wait. He specifically said myself, my brother, and my parents were at the restaurant, so the girlfriend wasn't there. Maybe they noticed a change in his behavior and it was like, oh, I guess he's got a girlfriend. Okay, asking me questions about my girlfriend. Mostly the usual innocent questions, but at some point I let it slip that she was Jewish. But why the fuck does that even matter? Whatever. Boy, that was a mistake. Wait, so the parents got mad that the girlfriend was Jewish? Are they Nazis? Are they Germans? What the fuck? Okay, boy, that was a mistake. My parents are conservative Christians. Oh, so they're like, you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell. Okay, for years they have been trying to get me to date a girl from our church. Oh, so they're like, if he doesn't believe in Jesus, she's going to hell. You can only have sex with, have children with somebody from our own belief system. And if you don't do that, you're going to hell too. For years they have been trying to get me to date a girl from our church, a good friend of mine, but we were never really a match to be a couple. Oh, so basically he's saying, yeah, my parents want me to date this female friend of mine, but she's not into me. Basically she's like, yeah, I go to church because my parents tell me to, but I don't want to date some goody two-shoes church boy. That shit don't get my cunt wet. If anything, it gets it all dry. Okay. Okay. But we were never really a match as a couple. And always expected I would marry someone who was at least Christian. Yeah, they are a bunch of fucking bigot motherfuckers that want their son to marry someone in the same religious background. Okay, I am a Christian by belief to this day, but I rarely have interactions with the church due to some incidences with a priest. He got arrested? It actually says not that kind of incident. So, he didn't get his balls fondled by a priest, but something bad enough to where he wants to stay away from the church happened. Alright, not that kind of incident, but yet another good story for later. My dad, without missing a beat, told me I should break up with her. That woman's the devil. Break up with her. He told me that I was going to marry a Christian girl, and that was that. You're going to marry a God-fearing, good Christian girl, and that'll be that. You won't marry no devil bitch over my dead body. I was pissed, and I don't remember the full extent of the rest of the conversation. Basically, he started spouting insults in a rage-fueled outburst, and he doesn't remember exactly what he said. He's like, fuck you, you son of a bitch! I'll tell you whoever I want if you don't get off my fucking ass, I'll kill you! What? Oh, wait, what did I say? You just swore at us! You're grounded! I'm a full-grown man, you can't ground me. At least I think he's a full-grown man. Yeah, he said he was in his 20s, he's a full-grown man. Why the hell is he even having this conversation if he's in his 20s? That don't make no sense! Okay, well anyway, my dad, without missing a beat, told me I should break up with her. Yeah, the dad says break up with her, even though he's 20 fucking years old and he's a full-grown adult and he can do whatever the hell he wants. Okay, he told me that I was, going to marry a Christian girl, and that was that. I was pissed, and I don't remember the full extent of the rest of the conversation. Yeah, he had a rage-induced blackout. But I told him that I was not breaking up with her, and the rest of the dinner was tense. Basically, he's like, "Fuck you, old man. I'm not breaking up with her." And then everyone just kind of gave him pissed off looks for the rest of the dinner. Okay, the next couple of months went about as smoothly as you might imagine. Yeah, they were pissed off. Like, "Damn you! I told you to break up with that girl. How dare you disobey?" But I thought I was slowly wearing them down. He thought that he was wearing those stubborn sons of bitches down? No, the dad's gonna be on his deathbed. The doctors will say, "Okay, you've got 5 seconds until you are dead. Do you forgive your son for dating that girl?" "Hell no! Break up with that bitch!" And then he'll die. And then the son will be like, "Good riddance to you, you old bastard." Okay, I was saying, the next couple of months went about as smooth as you might imagine, but I thought I was slowly wearing them down. At some point, they invited my girlfriend over for dinner. Boom, boom, boom. That's like a huge sign that something's going wrong. Something's happening here. Something's right and something's going wrong. Yeah, that's like a huge sign when your dad says to you right to your face, "Break up with that devil bitch." And then you say no, and then after months of silence, they invite you and the girlfriend for dinner. They're gonna all gang up on you and say, "Get that bitch out of here! She's the devil! She's the devil! She's the devil!" They'll be like the Waterboy's mom. "Devil, devil, devil." Okay, well, anyway. At some point, they invited my girlfriend and I over for dinner, and I thought there was finally some progress being made. Nope. They got my brother to distract me in the other room. "He's plotting! He's in on it!" They got my brother to distract me in the other room of the house while they sat down with my girlfriend and explained why they did not think she was good for me. They straight up told my girlfriend that she needed to break up with me because I was going to marry a good Christian girl. Oh, damn. They fucked up by saying that. They even offered to pay her if she needed... They offered to pay her if she ended up leaving me. They're like, "Yeah, our son, he needs to marry a good Christian girl. Here, take 25 grand and just disappear." Damn, anybody else, like 25 grand? Deal! And they just take that shit and they'd never be seen again. Okay, my girlfriend politely told them off and we left. "Hey, we'll give you $25,000 if you break up with our son so he can marry a good Christian girl." Fuck you! And then they left. So they're like, "Screw you guys, we're going home." Okay, fast forward to November. So, a couple months later? My family is really big on holidays. Oh, so they like to show off. Like, "Look at all our fancy shit." As I know, many are... our family is really big on the holidays. They're really big into holidays, as I know many other families are. Okay, and we had very and we had very large extended family gatherings for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So basically, they have a huge celebration, and they go all out, just like a lot of other families, and they invite everybody and their grandma. Like, hey, my cousin's best friend's roommate, yeah? Want to come over for Christmas? Do they even know who I am? They do now! Am I gonna get a gift or anything? You will now! Okay. Yeah, and we had very large extended family gatherings for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I think in my entire life, we had only missed one of these events in the entire history of the family. Basically, when their very first family member came over and stepped foot on the soil to where their house exists now, they celebrated Christmas, and then their ancestors celebrated Christmas, and their ancestors celebrated Christmas, all the way until modern times. And then in the year 5295, there'll be this old man, and he'll be like, when I was young in your day, we celebrated Christmas. We didn't celebrate this Xmas shit. Basically, he's saying that everyone in his family celebrates Christmas, and everyone who was in his family celebrated Christmas, and everyone who is going to be in his family will celebrate Christmas. Well, anyway, yeah. We had only missed one of these events. I wanted to go and take my girlfriend to meet the rest of my family. Warning, Will Robinson, warning! Danger! To meet the rest of the family. My parents may have had their heads up their asses, but the rest of the family has always seemed great to me. Oh, so the rest of the family's not a bunch of over religious jackasses? The event would be at my grandmother's house this year. My mom's mother, with a small gathering on my dad's side, the day before Thanksgiving. I talked to my grandmother, who was fine with me bringing my girlfriend up as long as she slept in a separate room. So basically, the grandma's like, yeah, I'm fine with it. It's my house, my rules. Come on up. Yeah, as long as she slept in a separate room. No problem. No way I'm going to fuck my girlfriend in my grandma's house anyway. Why not? Okay, well anyway. I decided to ask my mother as well, not that I needed her permission. Oh, you stupid fucking idiot. She's gonna go ape shit. She's like, I don't want that devil woman in my mom's house! Not that I needed her permission, but I'm an optimist, and I hoped that she would be on board. Well, she's not. And maybe seeing my girlfriend having positive interactions with the family would help the situation. Yeah, right. My mother was resistant at first, mainly because she was upset that we were getting an apartment together. Why the fuck did you tell her that? Okay, was upset that we were getting an apartment together and did not want to encourage the relationship further, but eventually agreed. I know what happened. I know why she agreed. Hey, Mom, can my girlfriend come to Grandma's house? No! You do realize if my girlfriend doesn't go, I won't go, right? Fine! She can come, you dick! But eventually agreed. I should also note, I set some very clear boundaries with my mother about conversation for this trip. Don't be telling my girlfriend to dump me, you stupid bitch! Ow, damn it! You knew my plans! I set some very clear boundaries with my mother about conversation for this trip, which she brushed off unnecessarily, but I had my guard up nonetheless. Yeah, he knows. He knows his mom's plotting. He's like, I'm gonna sabotage his relationship. He ain't gonna be getting none of that pussy by the time I'm done. Alright, we headed out to... Wait. Hold up. I set some very clear boundaries with my mother about conversation for this trip. Does that, infer that he's riding in the car with his mom and dad? Like, they're taking him there? Meaning he doesn't have a car of his own? Why the fuck doesn't he have his own car? He's 20 years old, for fuck's sake! Okay. But I had my guard up nonetheless. We head out to my grandma's city. Oh, they drive towards their grandmother's home. The grandma doesn't live in the same city as them. And frankly, the first day is nothing but pleasant. The mom's putting on a facade. She's trying to trick you. She's being a secret ninja and disguising her true motives. It is nothing but pleasant. My girlfriend gets to meet both my grandmothers, some of my cousins, and other extended family. We are having a fairly good time. I think things are actually going well. Someone is sneaking up behind you! They're plotting! They're sneaking up behind you! They're getting ready to strike! They're plotting against you! They're gonna sabotage it any minute, I know it. I think things are actually going well until my girlfriend and I decide to go to a movie. Wait, was this before or after quarantine? Had to be before quarantine. We are going to see Arrival in the theaters. Oh, Arrival. Holy fuck, this was a while ago. Arrival's that movie about those squid alien things that teach humans a language that allows them to see the future. Damn, it's been a while. Okay, my brother, who's 5 years older than me, wants to tag along. Wait, a 25-year-old man wants to go to a movie with his brother and his girlfriend? God, he must really love that movie unless he's there to spy on your ass. The brother's like, Mom! My brother's going to a movie with his girlfriend. They're going to be alone. They're going to be able to make out and stuff. Go spy on them. Make sure that shit don't happen. Yeah, my brother, who is 5 years older than me, wants to tag along. He rode up with my parents. My girlfriend and I came up in my car. Wait, he does have a car? Then why the hell was he concerned about conversation with his mom if he has his own car? Just don't let your mom ride in your car, god damn it. So my brother has to ride with us to the movie. Wait, what? Oh, hold on. He came up to the grandmother's place with the parents. The guy drove his car with the girlfriend. So when they go to the movie, the brother has to ride in his car with them, with the boyfriend and the girlfriend. Okay, so my brother has to ride with us to the movie. The three of us sit together. Wait. Oh, so the 20-year-old brother has his own car and drove up there in his own car, but the 25-year-old brother rode up with the parents? Why didn't this 25-year-old man drive his own car? What the fuck is wrong with him? Like, no, you don't need to drive your car. You can ride up with us. Oh, jeez. This family's stupid. I had my own fucking car. I would drive my own car. I wouldn't ride up with my fucking stupid parents and blab with them. That would just be boring as fuck. Okay, okay. So my brother has to ride with us to the movie. The three of us sit together, and my girlfriend and I snuggle through most of it. It was a fantastic movie, and the ending made me cry. Oh, you mean the fucking part where the guy and the woman scientist get together, have a baby, the baby gets some kind of disease and dies from it, and the lady has to decide whether or not she still should go through with the relationship knowing the outcome. That wasn't a sad ending, that was a stupid ending. Anyway, my girlfriend held me as the credits rolled, but I think all the cuddles had not set well with my brother, who was single. Of course, he's a jealous son of a bitch. He's like, oh, that's not fair. Why do you get to cuddle with that chick? She's my girlfriend, you stupid fuck. That's what I would have said. I think all the cuddles had not set well with my brother, jealous motherfucker, who was single. He got up, and I'll never forget what he said, or the malicious tone in which he said it. Too bad mom and daddy never let you marry her because she's a Jew. I would have punched that stupid motherfucker. Too bad mom and dad won't let you marry her because she's a Jew. Oh, well, fuck you! And I would have socked that 25-year-old man in the fucking face. But take that, you childish son of a bitch. Boom! And then I would have just left his ass there at the theater. My brother jogged out of the theater before either my girlfriend or I could muster up a response. So he says that, and then he runs off like a little bitch. There's no fucking way I would have let that jackass back in my car. I'd be like, walk your fucking ass home. You wanna talk shit about me and my girlfriend? Walk your punk ass home. My brother jogged out of the theater before either my girlfriend or I could muster up a response. We sat there a bit dumbfounded for a few minutes. Eventually the house lights went up in the theater. We tried to formulate a plan. I have no idea where my brother is at this point, but we can't go too far considering we drove him. Fuck that motherfucker! Leave that asshole! I'd be like, fuck you! Screw you guys! I'm going home! And then I would have just drove away, leaving his ass there. Fuck that stupid ass. But we can't go too far considering we drove him. I decided to call my folks, considering I have no clue where he is and really don't want to talk to him at this point. To my surprise, my mother sides with me and tells me it's alright if we just leave him. He can get an Uber back. So basically, he's like, fuck that motherfucker! I'm leaving. And then his mom's like, yeah, sure, he can take an Uber back. We half consider it, but we find him on the way out. And my girlfriend used to dealing with, my girlfriend is used to dealing with assholes and children in her job. So she's basically saying, yeah, this guy's an asshole and he's childish, but I'm used to it. Completely cows him with words. Cows him with words? What the fuck does that even mean? Oh, basically she comes out and she's like, yeah, I'm used to assholes and children in my job. And then she comes out, how dare You fucking son of a bitch! You fucking say one more word to me, I'll fucking kill you! He's like, oh my god. Okay. He silently rides back with us. We drop him off, and my girlfriend and I go have dinner by ourselves. We just debate leaving. Yeah. Okay. But decide my parents themselves have not crossed any boundaries we set. Bullshit, they put them up to it. So we will stay for now. It would not take them long, though. Oh, so they haven't crossed any lines yet, but they're about to. That same evening, I was getting ready to watch some Netflix in bed with my girlfriend, and nothing untoward was going to happen. She just likes falling asleep to the Great British Baking Show. Nothing untoward. Does he mean that nothing sexual or happened? Or was gonna happen? Anyway, as I walk past the living room, my mother calls me in and complains I'm not spending enough time with my family. I am a bit angry at this common manipulation tactic from my mother, but go chat for my grandmother's sake. Basically, she's like, you need to spend more time with your family. And he's like, oh, bullshit. I spent all yesterday with you motherfuckers. But, because he doesn't want to upset his grandmother, he goes in there anyway. My mom tries to tell me that grandma is upset with me that my girlfriend and I are planning on moving in together. Your grandma's mad that you're moving in with your girlfriend. He's like, bullshit. And I are planning on moving in together before we are married. I decide that my grandmother does not need my mother being a mouthpiece for her, so I sit on the couch in between the two of them and face my grandmother. My grandmother and I chat. She's a bit worried about me moving in with a woman while unwed. Oh, you're worried about me moving in with a woman when I'm not married? Fine, I'll marry her ass. How do you like that? But we calmly discuss the situation. She does not back down on her objection, but eventually concedes that it's my life. She likes my girlfriend and is happy for us regardless. This entire time, my mother has been constantly trying to butt in on the conversation, but I am physically putting myself between her and my grandmother, which is just pissing my mother off. If I was trying to have a conversation with my grandmother and my mom kept intervening, I'd be the motherfucker that would elbow my mom in the rib. Eventually, my father sees what's going on and also butts in. You better shut your fucking mouth, you piece of shit. That's what I would say. You go back to drinking your beer, you drunk son of a bitch. Okay. Eventually, my father sees what's going on and also butts in. Apparently, he cannot contain himself anymore and just goes off about everything he sees wrong with my relationship. I can't remember his exact complaints, but, gripes. His exact gripes or complaints. I likely tuned them out, but I did call him a coward for talking shit behind my girlfriend's back. she was in her room still waiting on me. This really pissed him off, and he stormed out to fetch my girlfriend. He came back with my girlfriend and in tow, and proceeded to tear into her in front of me, my mom, my grandmother, who was mortified that this was happening in her house. Basically, he's like, "You're a bitch. How dare you talk shit about someone behind their back?" And then he goes and grabs her and drags her into the living room and starts talking shit right to her face. Damn. My son will be Christian. My wife will be Christian. His children will be baptized in our church. He was nearly screaming at her. He also basically accused her of trying to steal my inheritance by getting knocked up by me, and added some very inappropriate commentary about how she knew about how he knew my girlfriend was getting older and her biological clock was ticking down. He basically said, "I know you're just trying to get knocked up before you can't have babies anymore because your biological clock is ticking down, you old ass bitch." I think that's basically what he said. Through the whole tirade, my wife stood there quietly. Like I said, she was getting used to dealing with assholes, and she is tough as nails. Letting him finish up and run out of energy, my girlfriend turned to my grandmother and thanked her for her hospitality before turning back to my father and asking, "Why did you even invite us here if you were going to act like this?" My dad yelled, "We did not invite you here. We never would have invited you here." At this point, I pulled out my phone and showed him the conversation I had with my mother, where she agreed for my girlfriend to be here. My dad could not find words, but just glared at his wife. At this point, I told them that my girlfriend and I were leaving. It was near 11 p.m., but we packed up my car and left for our hometown. My dad got in one more word before we left, saying, "You two better have broken up by the time you get home. Have a long, hard thought about your future," to which I just laughed as we got in the car. My girlfriend and I drove home on pure adrenaline. We alternated between angry, humiliation, frustration at the absurdity of the whole thing. The story does have a happy ending, though. Oh, thank God. In the days that followed, we got a lot of calls and messages of support from my relatives who I had not told about the incident. Turns out my brother had some vague social media post about how sad he was for me and asking everyone to pray for my brother. What a dick! Apparently, many of my relatives took this to mean I had been hurt and were all calling my mother and father. My parents were forced to explain the situation. All of my relatives sided with my girlfriend and I. In the months that followed, this incident caused my girlfriend to think back on how she acted with her own daughters. This 30-year-old lady has daughters of her own? Turns out that my mother had been the only marriage out of 3 daughters my grandmother had approved of. Oh, wait. The grandma had to approve of their marriages? What the fuck? This incident made my grandmother realize that she had acted poorly with her own daughters, and she came to them to finally mend those old wounds. I had no idea, as it always seemed like grandmother and her daughters had a great relationship, but these were old wounds that had just scabbed rather than really healed. Wait, so the grandma is sitting there and she's having a dispute with her daughters because she didn't approve of the men that they married. And then just as she and her daughters patch up their relationship, she looks over and sees her daughter doing the same shit that she just did. What the fuck? And her daughters had a great relationship, but these were old wounds that had just scabbed rather than really healed. Overall, my family got closer because of this. In addition, my father has had a dramatic change over the course of the intervening years, where once it seemed like we were not going to invite my parents to our wedding, my dad ended up actually being the happiest person there when my girlfriend, now wife, and I tied the knot. This has been helped by the fact that he discovered some underlying mental health issues after that Thanksgiving, and the meds he is using are truly helping him. Did he have bipolar disorder? He has started acting like the father I loved when I was a kid. My mother is still a problem, and boy do I have more stories, but she is mostly behaving because she knows my wife and I can and will block her from seeing her future grandchildren. So basically the mom is still a pain in the ass, but she's downgraded to being a inconvenience because now she knows that the woman that his son is with is there to stay and isn't going anywhere, and that they now have leverage on her because they can block her from seeing the future grandkids. Like, yeah, you better behave or you'll never see your fucking grandkids, bitch. She's like, oh my god, why would you say that? I'm your mother. Fuck you, bitch.